Man, I love this mat. Anyway, what's up guys? This is Smash Adams here, coming at you with another deck profile, and this time it's going to be on Lightsworns. Now, I mentioned in the deck idea video that I was going to probably put it on hold until the structure deck comes out, and then make it afterwards. But I figured, with all the pieces I had, and the fact that they're still competitive even without the new support, I figured, why the hell not? It's Lightsworns. I've ran it before, and I could run it again, if I choose to. So, I'm going to show you the deck and explain a couple of my tech choices that I've added, because not many Lightsworn decks that I've seen run the choices I've made. So without further ado, here's Lightsworns. Start off, we've got 3 JDs. Basically, it's like one of the most indestructible dragons in the game, next to Red Eyes and the Dragon Rulers and such. But basically, you pay a grand, like Chaos Emperor Dragon, but here's the difference between Chaos Emperor Dragon. This card pretty much nukes everything on the field. And when I mean nuke, I mean destroy everything. Whereas Chaos Emperor Dragon, he sends everything from the field and hand to the graveyard. This card is actually fair over CED. Why? Because destruction effects are easily stopped. Here's why. Starlight Road, Venus Chain, Effect Veil, or any of those other cards that negate monster effects. Because nowadays, monster effects play a major factor in this game. That's what usually wins most of the time. But yeah, JD, now, he's been reprinted so many times, you can easily pick him up for at least less than $1 or $2. So, in this case, get commons, so that way you can save up to get hollows if you want. But yeah, you need to run 3 JDs. Next I run 1 Tech of Dark Arms. Now, a lot of decks don't run this, but I found him really useful because of Foolish Burial and a couple of the necro gardnas and other dark monsters that I run in the deck. You can easily get 3 dark monsters in the graveyard and use your resources up fast to get a good field. So, why not just run this guy on the side in case you decide to go ham and just cause a few more shenanigans next to JD and such. So yeah, Dark Arm's a really good choice. I like him. Next we've got the Chaos Monsters. BLS and 2 Chaos Sorcerers. Now, some decks I've seen run 1 Chaos Sorcerer, but I figured in this case, running 2 would actually be pretty good. Main reason is because there are chances you could easily mill 1 and think, now how am I going to get it back? Now I wish I had a Beckoning Light to get BLS back. But, in this case, since you have 2, it's a no-brainer to think, okay, it's probably going to get milled anyway. I'll have 1 in my hand regardless, if I have the right amount of stuff, if it doesn't get milled. BLS, he's pretty fair now since he got reprinted again, and his first effect, now I see why they hit it at first, but here's the thing. It's not as broken as it used to be back then when they banned both of the envoys. So, yeah, I would definitely run him in the deck. You can easily pick this up for like between $2 to $3, depending on where you go. But yeah, it's a no-brainer to run these guys in the deck. And you can't run JD without running a hint of Lightsworns. So, just for starters, we've got 3 Luminas. The reason I run 3 is because I can easily get back cards that can help me support my field more and get more draw power if need be. Like, say if I had a Garoth in my graveyard right now, all I would have to do, get rid of a Lightsworn, summon another Lightsworn. And if it's a Lumina, do the same thing. Get rid of a card, summon a Lightsworn. Just as long as there's a primary target in your graveyard, level 4 or below, you can do it. So it's a no-brainer to actually run 3. I like running 3. Most decks nowadays run it, so why the hell not? I mean, Lumina is going to play a major factor when the new stuff comes out, especially with Michael and Raiden. I think Raiden's going to be used a lot more over Wolf. I'm not sure. But anyway, moving on. 2 Lylas, they're like the MSTs of the deck. I thought of running a 3rd one, but I cut 1 out because I wasn't too sure as far as space whether I needed it. So it might be an add-in later on, but I like it so far. 2 Rykos, basically for destruction. They're really good. and 2 ehrens. Now, I know what you all are thinking. I could run a Celestia, but the thing is, I took that out because it was becoming a bit of a dead draw, like when I really needed something to stall for when I got a really good field presence and whatnot, or enough cards in my hand to actually get a good combo off next turn. But I figured a bunch of level 4s and 3s and just setting them automatically if I have nothing else better to do, that actually benefits me. And plus you can easily get over like face down defense monsters. But here's the downer. When a flip effect goes off before it goes to the deck, it has to immediately go off. So meaning, say if I were playing in a mirror match and they had a Ryko, the Ryko has to go off before it returns to the deck, meaning they still have to mill and they still have to destroy something. They may have to destroy ehren in this case. So yeah, that's the only downside to it. But it's good. So 2, it never hurts, but some decks run 1. 2 garoths. Now, most decks run 1, but I like running 2 just because, say if this one gets banished because I run chaos monsters, I can easily get another one in my graveyard, so never hurts. And plus he's really heavy in strength. Not 1900, but you know what? Even though he's 50 points off, never hurts. I like him. 2 jains. Now, he is phenomenal in this deck. Why? Because during the battle phase, he gains 300 attack points, making him a 2100 beat stick. He can easily get over Thunder King Ryo, hopefully if they don't honest you. But, yeah. 2 jains. Really good. 2 wolf. He's going to come out for Raiden when the deck comes out. But overall, I've liked Wolf so far. He's really good. You can easily get him out. And say if you had Plaguespreader in your graveyard, you can easily put him on the top of your deck, do whatever you've got to do, sync or summon, whatnot. And if you have a Lightsworn, guess what? You're going to have another beater at the end phase. So, yeah. Wolf is a really good card to make an impact with Lightsworns. Now for the hand trap, for lights, we run 1 honest, because you run a lot of lights. Why not? It's honest. Now, we got 3 necro gardnas. You can easily get these into your graveyard. Like I said, with Dark Arm Dragon, I mean, it's a no-brainer. You want to have a lot of stuff to stop attacks, so why not run these? You can easily get them back with leviair, so never hurts. 2 plaguespreaders. I thought of running 3, but I figured 2 is enough because of space. Because this deck, I believe, is 41 cards at the most. But yeah, it's good to run 2. Because you want to have as much Lightsworn stuff in your graveyard as possible. 1 Phantom of Chaos. If I get a JD into the graveyard or whatnot, I can easily just banish that card, copy its effect, and whatnot, and just use it. The only downside is this card doesn't deal any damage, but it's Phantom of Chaos. It can do you wonders regardless. And it's good fodder for Dark Armed and Chaos monsters. For the hand traps, we've got 2 trags, and to end it off with a monster lineup, we've got 1 gorz, because you need hand traps in this deck, in case you don't get the right hand. You can always have these on the side. Now for the spells, and these are really needed. 1 charge of the Light Brigade, because you want to get the necessary Lightsworns to your hand possible from your deck. Hopefully if they don't cancel that out with anything like Mistake. And 3 Solar Recharge. You need these. You need 3 Solar Recharges, because you run a lot of Lightsworns in this deck. Now 2 Monster Reincarnations. I thought of running 3, but I figured with Dark Arm helping out right now, it's going well so far. I might take Dark Armed out later on and run a 3rd Monster Reincarnation. But overall, yeah. I like 2 so far. Only because I want to get the certain amount of Lightsworns into the graveyard as possible. Same thing with Foolish Burial. Just in case I get what I need, I can just do whatever I have to do for JD. So if I need 1 more Lightsworn in the graveyard, that's all it takes. You need 4 in order to get them out, as long as they're different names. And lastly, to end the lineup for the main deck, we've got traps, which are 2 beckoning lights. Now, I could add breakthrough skills if I wanted to along with this, but I figured so far that you only need like a certain amount of spells and monsters, which is pretty heavy for Lightsworns in general, and Chaos Dragons in general. So, running 2 traps, it's, if you think about it, less is more. Because, you know why? This can really benefit you if you have, like, a bunch of light monsters that you could use next turn to go off of, and then possibly go for game afterwards if they don't cancel the attacks out. So yeah, you need light monster presence in this deck, so Beckoning Light can help capitalize on that. When I mean capitalize, I mean it can help make up for your mistakes. So yeah, 2 Beckoning Lights. Most decks run 1, but 2 in this case is better, because you want to have less traps and more spells and monsters in your hand. Now for the extra deck, and this is an interesting one. 1 Mechequipped Engineer. In my opinion, it's a lot better than Zen mains because it defends itself or any other monster. But all you have to do is switch that monster to defense mode after you detach a unit from this. Plus it's light, so why not? 1 leviair, and that pretty much ends it for the rank 3s. Pretty much you can get back a necro gardna, like I said earlier, or anything else 4 below, and just go off from there and just start some crazy loops later on. But yeah, leviair never hurts. Now for the 4s. We've got 1 dweller to cancel out stuff in the graveyard. Palydinamo. Now he puts in work. You detach both units, cancel out a monster effect. Yeah. And plus he's 2,000 attack points, so why not? Diamond Dire Wolf. I'm trying to fit a Leviair chain in here if I get one, but overall it's working out great with Diamond Dire Wolf. Blackship of the Corn. Never hurts. Constellar Omega, like, because I run a lot of lights, so why not? It can easily cancel out Bottomless, Book of Moon, or anything like that, but it can't cancel out counter traps, so that's the downside. But Omega can get over some really good stuff. I tried it in Chaos Dragons, so who's to say it can't work in Lightsworns? Because you do run a lot of lights, like I mentioned. And lastly, for the rank 4s, we got 1 maestroke, because you do need defense, and you need some destruction prevention. Can do a bunch. Can book a monster face down, can prevent this card from being destroyed. You can do a lot. It's really good. So it's a no-brainer to run maestroke. Now, for the synchros, we've got 1 catastor, because you do, you can easily make 5 with this deck. 1 pesymeuth, because you can make 6s right off the bat. And he's pretty much a DD warrior lady, only 10 times stronger. Black Rose to nuke the field. I thought of taking this out for Leviair chain if I get it, but so far it's really easy to make. Mistworm. Now I know a lot of decks don't run this, but hey, Mistworm can really do some serious damage. This might come out for Daigusto Emerald if I get it, but so far it's been working out great. And now to end it all, we've got the Crimson Blader to stop 5 or higher special and normal summons, Scrap Dragon to pop stuff, and 1 Tech of Angel of Zera, because I can easily abuse its effect when I banish stuff. Pretty much it gains points for every banished, is it card or monster? Yes, pretty much every banished card. So, yeah, it's a really good card. So, why not run it in Lightsworns or Fairies? But in this case, since I'm running it in Lightsworns and I'm banishing a lot, you can easily abuse this effect. And it can come back during your next turn, so why not? So anyway, this has been another deck profile, and it was been on Lightsworns. Now, this will definitely change when I get the structure deck. But overall, I like what I've done so far with the deck. It took me a while to actually make it. That's why I've been delaying, especially in deck profiles, because I wanted to get enough support for all the other dragon decks. So, overall, love this deck. Definitely going to try something out really soon with it. And that's my phone buzzing. But anyway, this has been another deck profile, and I hope to see you guys soon. This is Smash Adams, signing out. Peace.